Alright guys, so it's Wednesday, it's not Tuesday. Kids are out of school this week, so finding a moment where the house is quiet enough to do a vlog has been a little challenging. So I'm trying to get it done right now. I've got my kid upstairs, but told him to keep it down. But this week we are taking a look at the GTB229. So this is a plug and play toothpick quad, right? And okay, so I'll just tell you the way this kind of came about. Somebody from Bangood contacted me, and they linked my YouTube channel, and they were like, is this your channel? Would you like to do any reviews? And I was like, sure. What would you like me to review? And they were like, oh, just pick something in this dollar amount. So I figured since I just built a toothpick quad, I might as well try the one that's basically regarded as the best bind and fly plug and play. And this one is actually a collab between Diatone and Kebab FPV. There's a lot of good Bangood reviewers out there, Kebab, Andy RC. And I've never done a Bangood review before, but I figured, having more opinions out there on certain products isn't going to hurt anybody. You know what I mean? They do require you to use affiliate links. That's not something I normally do, but I will have one in the comments. But yeah, again, it just I feel like the more people are reviewing stuff, that's just better for you guys. You can just have more sources of information. So I just figured we'll give it a shot. And see how it goes, and if it tanks, it tanks. If not, cool. Maybe I can review some other cool stuff for them in the future. But anyway, let's take this thing down to the table and take a look at it. All right, so that's the box. See, it's the GTB229 RunCam Nano 2 TBS Nano Pro 32 VTX. That's pretty cool. Mamba 1103 8500 kV motors. I'm running this on 2-cell. And then the Mamba F411 stack. It says that the weight is 44 grams. I have it with props and XM Plus receiver. I have it at about 51 grams on my scale. And then in the box you get a set of props. And you get some extras. You get a spare battery strap. That's cool. You get some spare hardware. They actually, I don't know if you can see that, but they include a buzzer. I didn't even know they made buzzers that small. That's pretty cool. And then you get some stickers. And then in the box, it tells you where to go for instructions and stuff. Okay, so this is the quad. It's a really, really, minimal frame. Really minimal frame. It's like 3 mils thick, but you can tell it's milled out. I mean, it's actually probably kind of expensive to make. Maybe, I don't know. I'm already using these motors on a different build, so I'm pretty familiar with them. Top mount canopy. Just kind of stuff the RX in there. It's pretty cool. And you can kind of see the tag sticking out down there. But it comes plug and play for an XSR receiver. I didn't have one of those, so I just took the extension and wired it up to my XM Plus. Easy enough, took like 5 minutes. Little whip antenna for the TBS UNIFY. For a quad to come with a TBS UNIFY VTX at $130, that's pretty cool. The camera it's more of a budget cam. Again, it's the RunCam Nano 2. But it works well enough. I think it's about like a $20 cam. But yeah, so Kebab kind of helped Diatone refine this. And it shows when you fly it. It kind of handles like a 5-inch. But if you lower your camera tilt and slow it down, you can fly it like a tiny whoop almost. Stack is fully soft mounted. There's no pins or anything. Alright, let's start flying it. Okay, so So basically, I'm just gonna sit here because it's cold. It's cold as crap here in Idaho, and I'm gonna fly in my backyard just to kind of show you guys how it flies. Now, disclosure: if it looks sloppy, it's not the quad, it's not the tune. We're in the middle of a windstorm. It's been going since like last night. I thought our gazebo thing was gonna like blow away. It's bad. It's like definitely not optimal for flying a toothpick class quad. And a couple of things, I have to use my commanders because for some reason, okay, not for some reason, I'm pretty sure I know why. So this is, and I should have specified, but this is the RunCam Nano 2 PAL version. And I know it's the PAL version because when in beta flight, if I switch it to NTSC, the OSD disappears. That means it's PAL. This camera, unless I got a bad one, does not work with my Fusion module at all in either Fusion mode or old school mode. Even if I set it to old school, I just get constant flickering and flipping, and it just doesn't work. And I've heard two different things. I've heard the same is true for rapid fire, and then I heard somebody else say that it works perfectly with their Fusion module. So I'm guessing they have NTSC, but they don't know for sure because they already threw away their packaging. Anyway, so I have to use the commanders. It works fine in the commanders. But yeah, we'll grab some DVR footage and rip it around the backyard. What was the other thing? Oh, this comes stock with Betaflight 3.5.7. And out of the box, it flies pretty bad. You know, if you're a beginner, you might not really, you're not going to know it's bad. So that's like, if you're a beginner, just fly it. It's fine. If you're not a beginner, I would highly recommend just flashing to Betaflight 4.1. I did that last night. I'm not running the RPM filter with JEC. I'm just running whatever firmware they have on the ESC. But on Betaflight 4.1, I moved the filter sliders all the way up to 2. So that's lowest setting. And then I turned the PID slider up to 1.3, I think, and then I put my rates in it, and it's flying pretty sweet. It's dialed. So yeah, if you're not a beginner pilot, I would highly recommend just flashing it to 4.1 because it's just going to be like 10 times better. And again, this is on 2S 8500 kV. I've heard on these little stacks that people are having issues flying 3S and 4S on Betaflight 4.1. So again, this recommendation is only for 2S. Oh, and just so you know, just to answer any questions about running the Fusion with this particular camera, yes, it's on the latest firmware, 0.27. Yes, it's calibrated. I even calibrated it to the UNIFY. I mean, it works great with everything else, just not this particular camera in PAL mode.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Pop an SD card in my commanders. I'm running GMB 520 mAh. Probably a little bit heavier, but tons of runtime. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna try to cautiously fly around in the backyard. Hopefully the wind isn't too much of an issue. I apologize for the mess. My wife is like in the process of taking our pool down and kind of got caught out by the cold. My gate, it's all crooked and stuff. Ooh. I don't want to crash. I don't want to have to go out there. It's so gross. But yeah, it's like, it's dialed. You know, it's great for stuff like this. Like if you can't, like if you live in a cold place and you know, want something a little bit more than a tiny whoop, then you can, you know, sit in your kitchen and fly this thing in your backyard. If you crash into your neighbor's house. You're not going to do a bunch of damage. Oh God, wind. See that flag? Yeah, it's bad. Definitely not ideal for whoops. Or not whoops, but toothpicks. Oh God. But yeah, these 65mm quads, they're just great for stuff like this. And it's got, it's got good power. Let's see. I haven't really quite gotten used to the like lack of momentum that you have with this size of quad. Ooh, yeah. That'd probably be a little easier if it wasn't windy. I can see why people race these things. Just throw a bunch of like 3-foot, 4-foot gates down. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Oh, that's pretty fun. I just split-S'd my swing set. Definitely not something I would really try to do on a 5-inch. Maybe I should. And this. Oh no! Oh. It's under the trampoline too. Easton! Come here, buddy. Hey, you want to help me?
What?
Put your shoes on and go get my quad from under the trampoline. It's the little orange one. It's good to have kids, guys. I've got one more charged battery. I'm going to fly one more because that was pretty fun. Okay, that was pretty fun. I'm actually kind of like amped up right now. Split-S'ing the swing set. That was a first for me. I've never done that before. But then I've never flown this size of quad in the backyard because it's not a 5-inch, but it's not like previously. Most of my experience with this size of quad was like a Baby Hawk, and the Baby Hawks don't perform anywhere near this. But Baby Hawks are like 3 years old. The Baby Hawks are heavier and they have slower motors, and they're more like fast tires for big indoor spaces. But this is like these toothpick class quads. They fly like big quads, like without the risk. I think that's probably the best thing about them is like you get the performance of a big quad without having to worry about killing someone or hitting your neighbor's dog or flying through their window. I mean, it would still scratch a car, but they're pretty cool. And especially I can, just sit in my kitchen and yeah, let's go for another one. I wish it worked with my Fusion, but maybe I'll try swapping the camera out later and see if that makes a huge difference.
Engines are.
Yeah, this thing is locked in. I fly my 5-inch quads back here for practice, but I mean, this thing was like made for this. See, I'm starting to get a little more comfortable. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is too much fun. Should I try to power loop that? In the wind, I feel like that's a bad idea. What do you guys think? No. You know what? I'm going to get hated on if I don't try it. We'll try it from this way. Oh, let's try it again. Oh.
Engines
Okay, that one's not under anything, so I'll go get that one. Okay, so I kind of get it now. That's a ton of fun. Like, so I remember when I was, watching all the videos on these, and I was like, I kind of didn't understand it, and people were like, "Oh, but you can fly in your yard," and I'm like, I already fly in my yard with my 5-inch. But I don't freestyle in my yard. Like when I practice in my yard, I make sure to stay close to the ground, and I make sure to plan the course so the trajectory has me crashing back into my yard. Because the last thing I want to do again is like hit somebody's dog or crash into someone's back patio. But with this thing weighing 50 grams, I can just like fly freestyle in my backyard. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That was fun. I'm probably gonna have to start doing more of that now. And like I said, I can sit in my kitchen. Okay, so what do I think? I'd agree with the the general consensus that this is probably the best, like, ready to fly, bind and fly toothpick quad that you can get. It performs great. I don't really have any aside from the camera. I don't really have any complaints about it. But again, if you get the NTSC version, it shouldn't be an issue. And again, I'm kind of comparing this to my peanut quad that I just built. But my peanut quad, I think it was about the same price. It ended up about the same price. But, this thing for the money is killer. It's killer. And the VTX goes up to like 400 milliwatt. I don't know why you'd need that much power on a quad this small, but yeah, guys, I'm a fan. If you were thinking about getting a toothpick quad, I don't think you could go wrong with this guy. If you don't have one, if you only have whoops or 5 inches, I'd say give it a shot for 130 bucks. If there's a specific Black Friday sale going on for this quad, I will link it in the comments. But yeah, I don't think you can go wrong. And people always ask me why I still bother with analog. And analog's still fun. It's still fun. I don't hate analog. It's fun. FPV is fun. If you can say anything about HD, it's like reignited this like spark in me, and I'm just like having fun with FPV again. And yeah, analog is still fun. So yeah, that's the Diatone GTB229 kebab collaboration review vlog. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about me reviewing for Bangood. Again, if it works out, I think it's just better for you guys. And as always, thanks for watching. Also, have a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. I hope you get to spend time with your friends and family. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.